Yo, what's up, guys? It's Ivan here. Checking in for day 11. It's really nice and sunny in London. Awesome. Anyway, so I wanted to introduce you guys to the 90-10% principle. What is it? For those who don't know, basically, it's I won't say it's stats because it's not much of a law, but it goes along the lines of 10% of what happens to you, 10% of life is what life throws at you. The 90% is the result of how you react to it. How is this important? Because there's a famous quote that goes along the lines of, the art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. So basically, it's knowing, the art of being wise is basically knowing where to invest your time so you don't major in the minor things. This is a very good principle, and how is it relevant to you? I'm going to give you guys 2 examples of how it's relevant. I got this, first of all, I think it's worth mentioning that I got this principle from a book that's called The Art of Being Brilliant by Andy Cole and Andy Whittaker, something like this. So in this book they introduced the concept, the 90-10 principle, and how it's relevant. They basically give this example that one of these authors was in a taxi one time, and the taxi driver, I think, made a mistake or nearly ran over some guy, and the guy was verbally assassinating him. He was literally insulting him, and this guy, instead of reacting, he just looked at the guy and he smiled at him and wished him a good day. And the taxi driver is like, okay, do you need to explain to me what just happened, because I don't understand. This guy is insulting you and you're sort of replying to him differently. At least out of the social norm, because you're expected to also fume, and you guys have it out right there and then. I don't know, maybe get physical. Anyway, so the taxi driver gives him so he tells him the principle by which he lives, which is the people are like garbage trucks. They have all this built up frustration inside, especially grown-ups. They have all this built up frustration that they don't know where to or how to get out, how to get rid of it. So whenever they get a chance to get into an argument with anyone, all of this frustration will just come out and they dump it on you. And in case you had no idea about this and you fall victim of this, and you also, so by fall victim I mean if you choose to actually react and also start fighting with them, for one, there are consequences to that. 2, you're wasting your breath and your energy as well. The other example I wanted to give you guys is, which is basically actually a perfect reflection of this 90-10 principle. So in this same book they give this example as well, where and I'm just gonna paraphrase. I vaguely remember the details of this guy's family, but basically a man who's married and has a daughter. So one morning he wakes up and the wife's made breakfast and the daughter is also ready to go to school, but they need to have breakfast first. So he sits down to have breakfast with his daughter on the side. They're eating, and I think she wanted to grab some salt or something like this, and then by mistake she tipped his cup of coffee and it spilled on his shirt and tie, which means he had to change. And instead of playing it cool, the guy lost it and he was arguing. I think he called the girl stupid or something like this. So he spent about like 15 minutes arguing, but he had to go upstairs, change the shirt, and eventually he dropped his daughter to school and went to work. But he dropped his daughter to school about still 10 minutes late, and he got to work about 30 minutes late. On top of that, you can obviously imagine he had a terrible day at work. And when he came back home, his wife and daughter were so mad at him because he sort of lost it, and you know, he wasn't very nice when he lost it. So these guys, so basically the authors of the book invite you to imagine, what if this guy sort of reacted differently to the situation. Of course, he's a father and he's supposed to know as a grown man that, you know, people make mistakes, just like everyone's supposed to know that life is unfair. Instead of complaining about how unfair life is, you need to know that life is unfair to everyone, which makes it fair. Because even the rich die, even the rich get sick. It's just in a different scale on, you know. Anyway, so basically the authors invite us to think of what would have happened if the guy treated the situation differently. So once the daughter spilled coffee on his tie and shirt, instead of reacting out and, you know, using all these brutal words on her, had he just played it cool and was like, oh, it's alright, and he just went upstairs directly, changed the shirt, or had breakfast, so finished breakfast, went upstairs, changed the shirt, took the daughter to work, go to work. He would have gotten there and he could have done everything on time, and on top of that could have had a good day, come back home, the daughter is happy to see the dad, and so is the wife, and you know, maybe he would have got a shag, who knows. But like, you guys get the point. By learning what ventures to invest your time in, you avoid majoring in minor things, so there's a greater chance for you to succeed in whatever it is that you want to do. Because success is not just about having a dream, but also focusing on the dream and going after it, achieving it, working smarter, not harder. But all of these start with the mentality that you have. And by slowly changing your perception of life, basically your reality, like making small tweaks, like understanding the 90 to 10 principle and stuff like this. Excuse me. You get a little bit closer to achieving whatever it is that your goal is or your dream is. So yeah, that's it. You guys can look it up, the 90 to 10 principle, if you want, and you know, understand more about it. But this whole video is just basically to introduce the concept and let you guys have a think about it, and you know, see how it integrates into your life, because I think it will do wonders for you if you understood it. Because most people care so much about what other people think about them, which obviously they shouldn't. But on top of that, they overdo it when also confronted with the situations like this cab, like what happened to the guy in the cab. Because of everyone watching, they feel compelled to do something about this, but you don't necessarily have to. You don't have to react out. Anyway, this is completely off topic. Anyway, that was it for this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Over and out.